Friday doing what's in the shop today. And I don't know if I'll be able to keep the stream going. I got hardwood coming in. I got people showing up this morning. But I'll show you as much stuff as I can. And we'll kind of see what we're running through today. So I'm gonna flip my camera around here. Start out with what we had coming in this morning. So we had this little set. Actually got this thing for free. Didn't even have to pay for it. Just had to pay our shipper to go pick it up. But yeah, not a big deal. It's nice and clean. We also picked this up from a client. So this piece came in from, I don't know, probably Florida. So anyway, we get lots of pieces coming in. One of our business models is that we will pick your piece up wherever you're at, whether you're in New York, you're in Oregon, wherever. We'll pick your piece up. We will bring it back here to St. Louis. We'll fix it all up. We'll do whatever modifications need to be done to it. We'll get it jazzed up. We will high gloss lacquer it, put it all back together, put new hardware on it, and then put it right back in your home, right? Which is something that people really like. All right, so in here in the kind of the assembly shop, flip back around. So we got this damn dress that I just cannot get rid of. You guys have seen this in a couple of my streams now. So we got the top on, right? The top's done. The fronts are basically done. And what I'm waiting on is I'm waiting on these damn legs to show up. So my leg maker in Pennsylvania is actually running about 2 weeks behind. So of course they didn't tell me. So this thing's just sitting here. So I need to get rid of this thing. It's late actually, so it needs to get done. And yeah, so I chewed a little ass this week. And it just got to go out, And I don't mind when people are late on stuff, but they need to tell me they're going to be late. That way I can kind of plan accordingly. And the more notice I can get, the better. So another thing we got in here in the shop, flip back around. We got all these drawer fronts here, okay? So all these drawer fronts, the veneer has peeled off, okay? There was veneer on top of this, almost looks like cherry wood. So what we do is we laminate all this stuff. So we'll cut laminate and we'll laminate all of these fronts. And then we can go ahead and sand that laminate, we'll prime it and we'll paint it, and it'll be gorgeous the way our customers really like it. So we got that going on there. I got this desk is almost done, got it off the bench, just kind of doing a little bit of finish work. And you can see that it's very nice looking. We got our faux bamboo on there. And actually I got a clear cocktail this time. Normally it's kind of an off-white, but anyway, looking pretty good. We got this thing going and the clients will be real happy with it. It's, like I said, just do a little bit of finish work on this thing, fill in gaps or holes or anything that needs to be filled. So we got a nice maple top. But you can see the back is, again, it's meant to be seen from all sides. So it's a good looking desk. I think the customers are real happy with it. And of course it just has our basic 3/8 cherry drawers. And I think clients will be super happy with that. And it's actually going to a jewelry company is going to use that. So that's kind of cool. So we do a lot of work for different kinds of businesses. I mean, not like big commercial stuff, but we definitely do a lot of smaller businesses like our stuff. Starting to get into hotels a little bit. Hotels really seem to want a unique kind of a product. So the Resplendent Crow's product is perfect for that. So all right, more stuff we got going on. We got this, this is a tall boy. So this is a larger version of what's called a Landstrom tall boy. So I made this thing up, okay? So I'll show you guys with the original. This one is 60 tall, and it's gonna be 19 deep, just like the original, and it's 38 across, right? So it's just a little bit bigger, and that's kind of what the client wants. So here, I'll run you over and I'll show you what the original looks like. And we'll get in here, we'll see what we got in the shop over here. But we got other, pieces that I'm working on restaining. We got stuff in the finish room. But I'll walk over here. The original Landstrom piece is right around the corner here. So this is the original. So this is what I'm building. I'm building a replica of this piece here, and that's what I was just showing you guys. So I use this as just a guide. I made a model and a drawing. And anyway, it's a cool looking piece. The original has this is actually stamped hardware that is plated, right? It's not like legit brass or anything like that. Anyway, it's very nice. They originally used dovetail drawers, which I never use. I'm not a fan. But again, always 3/8 drawer boxes. So if you're a furniture maker and you have any questions about what to make your drawer boxes, if you're making furniture, it's 3/8. If you're doing cabinets, you can make whatever you want. No one gives a shit. All right, go back into the wood shop. And that's the thing about furniture making. I argue with people about this all the time. Drawer boxes for furniture are always 3/8. You do not do 1/2 inch. I've had people tell me they make 3/4 inch drawer boxes. I just can't buy that. It blows my mind. But anyway, so come back over here. So anyway, this client wanted this, and you'll notice I didn't use framing panels, right? Like I'm always talking about framing panels and the importance of using framing panels in all your furniture. The customer did not want the super high-end, replica treatment. She just wanted something that was going to be very nice looking, would work well, and would not cost a ton of money, which is why I went in with these little runners. So when I do CNC kits, this is what I use for everything. I'll use runners on all the furniture, you know, because it takes a lot of time to make a framing panel, you know, and if you don't know what framing panels are, see a good example over here. So if we look at this dresser, right, these are we hand make all of these. Maybe I can show you guys from underneath there. Let's see if I can, shit, I might be able to get my camera under there. Well, anyway, framing panel is the guts of a piece of furniture. And here, we'll pull a dresser drawer out over here. This would be a good place to look. It's how they used to make furniture because they didn't have ball bearing slides. And also it's the reason the furniture lasts so long. So what we got here, flip back around, take the drawer out of here. You can see this panel right in here. This is your framing panel, okay? This is the panel, this is the frame, right? And that creates the structure for the cabinet. Every single one of these drawers is gonna have one of those. Sometimes people will call these dust covers, but it gives you something for your track ground on, right? Because old furniture was wood on wood slides. So that's one of the reasons that they would use those framing panels. Also, if you use straight plywood in here, plywood's heavy as hell. So truth is that, put this back in here. Truth is that plywood weighs more than a framing panel. So a framing panel, and I've got a video on this. I've got a framing panel video on my website or on my YouTube page. If you look at it, I actually show the weight. So if you make a framing panel and then cut the exact same size plywood panel, there's a 33% reduction in the weight. And you might not think that's a ton of weight, but again, stack that up over whatever, 10, 12 panels, however much a piece of furniture has, and you're talking about 10s, 20, 30 pounds, which of course all gets eaten up in ball bearing slides, but it really helps to keep the weight down on a piece of furniture. So we got that going on. So yeah, so this thing is, I've got slides coming in. I'm out of a pair of slides. I got more slides showing up. Probably I'll have to stop this video when all my supplies show up. Anyway, we need to make our drawer boxes for this. We got all the drawer boxes. Of course, they're over here. Again, we do everything out of cherry wood. And you can see we have our miter lock joints. We use miter lock joints for all of our 3/8 drawer boxes. So yeah, that's kind of how we roll. So that's what we're working on here in the wood shop. Also, I've got this damn console table that I can't seem to get rid of. This console table is my Greek key console table. I make a lot of these. I also do a desk. It's the same version. It's got this nice trim all the way around. This needs 9-inch drawer slides. So my drawer slides, I actually ordered from Amazon, which I don't normally do, never showed up. So I had to order them from my regular distributor who will be here today. So hopefully I can get this damn console table out of here because it needs to go. So obviously the more projects you get going on, every project needs something, and you know, shit just starts to stack up. So other things we got going on, we're starting to get parts together. So this is gonna be a Greek key china cabinet. These are the door styles, right? So that's what I have going on here. These are gonna be the rails for the end panels on a Greek key china cabinet. So yeah, so I got that going on there. We come back in here to the wood shop. I flip back around, and this is the rest of the parts for the Greek key china cabinet. And so we got big panels here for the base and for the top. And this is, of course, gonna be more of your structure. The end panels for the cabinet, and these are probably more doors. So anyway, a lot of materials going to a china cabinet. But the other part about the china cabinet, I'll show you guys what the fretwork looks like and what the I guess the front facade of the cabinet would look like. So come over here, I got all this Greek key trim. So of course I have veneer because I've been doing walnut work. So the trim pieces for the front of the Greek key china cabinet right here. So this will hold the same profile that I was showing you. The last couple weeks I've been showing you all this Greek key furniture. We did the credenza, the dresser, and the 2 nightstands. So this is all the fretwork right here for the doors, right? So that's called fretwork. That's all these pieces here. So you got one piece for the door and you got a different piece for the end panels. So it's a very nice looking cabinet. If you get on the resplendentcrow.com, you'll see, or just type in Greek key and you'll see all the Greek key furniture we have, and it's pretty cool. It moves fairly well. It's very steady. You know, I probably do a dozen pieces of that a year. I don't do a ton of it, but I've noticed it's starting to pick up. So I think it's going to be a good one for us, especially as we get more visibility on our products. All right, so let's go to the paint department. Go to the paint department. We'll look at the spray booth. So in the paint department, it's actually nice and clean, which is freaking awesome. We just have this piece here getting ready to go into paint. It has been, this is 320 sanded, so it's very smooth and ready to take lacquer. So again, I was just talking about framing panels. This is a good example of what framing panels are. So you can see along here, the entire structure of the cabinet is all one big framing panel. So you basically got 1, 2, 3 framing panels, and you'll have one up under here as well, which could be your 4th framing panel. And then you take those 1, 2, 3, 4 framing panels, you slap on your end panels, right? You put your style going down the middle, and then you add a top, and that's essentially the carcass of a dresser if you're a furniture maker. So over here, I did a short on this yesterday. So what's happened here, as you can see, notice how the doors are clearly lighter than the carcass. So what happened is we had a client come in, and they really liked this credenza, and this is just, it's kind of a display piece, but anyway, they really liked it, but they did not like this color, right? So I went upstairs and I showed them some other colors. They really liked a specific piece of furniture we had up there. So I'm matching the color. Basically all they wanted was they just didn't like the reds in here. They just wanted something that was a little bit more of a brownish type color, you know? So I think this color is gonna make them real happy. And anyway, let that thing dry. I need to do the doors this weekend, and then we'll clear coat all of this we'll clear coat this on Monday, and then we can deliver it hopefully Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's what we got going on there. So if you're in the feed, hit the likes, add to the comments, all that kind of stuff, and keep the what's in the shop stream kind of going here. So if I come over to, let's see here, we'll go inside of the paint room, inside of here. So in here, what do we got? So we got some serpentine drawers, and I guess I'm assuming the dresser will be around here somewhere. I guess the dresser is back over there. We got this beautiful red. This is probably like a McCandles or a lipstick red. Again, you can see the color is, it's beautiful. It's a good looking piece, and it's very dark in here. I'll pull this thing out in a minute. But anyway, the reds always show very nice. They're actually really, really pretty colors. So maybe I can drag part of this out here. Do this one-handed. Keep from doing too much damage here. Oh, bear with me. Pull it out here. So tip, make sure your make sure your cart is always bigger than your furniture. That way when you run into stuff, you don't damage your furniture, you just hit your cart. So anyway, get out here in the light a little bit and see what we got going on here. So yeah, it's a nice looking piece. Looks good in the color, in the light. And I think the client's gonna be real happy with this. So this is that piece, if you remember from a couple weeks ago, we had all this cracking along here. So we ended up stripping most of this piece of furniture. We stripped the top as well and took all that stuff out of there. And looks really good. I hope the drawers match. Unfortunately, my shipper left the drawers there. So here's a tip for you if you're a painter. If you ever have to repaint something, do not leave anything. Take it all with you. Because truth is that even if you have an old standard color, if this is a standard color for you, gallons of paint are different, even if they're standard. Even if someone mixes up a gallon of paint for you professionally, they're gonna be different. And when you take a cabinet and you take a bunch of drawers and doors, right, if they're not all painted at the same time, it's very difficult to match everything. And I've learned over the years that don't even try. Just don't even try. It's not worth it because I've noticed in my experience, men and women see color very differently. Women are hypersensitive to color, and they're much more, have much more an opinion about it. So it's always best just respray it all, especially if it's on the front of a cabinet. Just don't even try to match something. It's very difficult when you're dealing with high gloss. Latexes and things like that, I'm sure a lot easier, but high gloss lacquer just shows everything. It's so shiny, and people are so picky about it specifically. So we got comments coming in. D-Rug. Good morning, her D-Rugs. I thought it was a casket. Yeah, no, I've never done a casket before. Never painted one of those. Looks like a candy apple now. Yeah, it's kind of a candy apple red type color. So it's a good one. Anyway, we'll come back in the room and see what else we got going on here. So we got these, I'm seeing a lot of this stuff. I don't know if this is Century Furniture. I forget who makes this particular style. But anyway, this is a nice, I think we call this jade something green. And it's kind of cool. And you can see that when we do all of our furniture, we always take the backs out because obviously we don't want the overspray to come in and kick up off the back. So we pull the back out, we paint the back where it needs to be painted. And another tip for furniture painters is that you always want to paint the back of your cabinet, right? And the reason you paint the back of your cabinet is because the customer will inevitably ask, right? And truth is, if you just paint the back of the cabinet, it doesn't take very much. It looks much cleaner when you're delivering it, right? When you're bringing that piece of furniture into somebody's home, it just looks much more finished, right? And nobody, the people that are getting your furniture, they don't even know that the back of the cabinet doesn't really need to be painted. You're never gonna see it. It's more about the delivery and the whole not having something catch your eye, right? So that's a whole thing about, I mean, everything in the trades and the skills, stuff like that. You just don't want a bunch of things to grab somebody's eye. It's okay if you got one thing or maybe two things, but you start stacking things and people start to ask questions, and the transaction can become troublesome. So anyway, let's go on with that. Come back here one more time. Sorry, I forgot to see what is in the very back here. So this looks like, oh, it's kind of a nice piece. Okay, well, let me, here, bear with me, guys. I'm gonna see if I can pull this one out too. This is, almost looks like a Thomasville maybe. And I don't know what, this almost looks like a constellation color, which isn't gonna mean anything to you guys. So, all right, hold on. Get this thing back right. I gotta move some other stuff around here. Again, hit that like button. Helps kick this thing around to the algorithms, and we can continue to show people all this shiny painted furniture. And again, talk about the business of painting furniture, of making furniture, what is it we do. So, all right, so now we can get this thing and dig it out. Try and do this one-handed, it sucks. So D-Rugs, where are you at? What part of the country? Are you in America? Are you someplace else? I guess you're talking about candy apple red. You're probably in America. Okay, so this is, I don't know who this manufacturers, to be quite honest. Normally I can just tell by looking at it. I don't know who this is. So if anyone knows in the comments, let me know. But I don't think this is a Thomasville. But anyway, it's a nice looking piece. This is the color Constellation. And again, these light blues, you don't get nearly the shine, right? If I go over to the, like, you don't see much going on here. But we come over here to the deeper colors. And the deeper colors just always show so much better, you know, and you get into blacks. Blacks are amazing. Like, it's amazing what you do with the blacks. And like this green, this is a green, this is our Emily credenza. Greens are okay too. So you can see we got pretty good shine here. When we look across this thing, you know, it's pretty good. So yeah, deep colors are good. We come over here, we got, this is, I forget, like a ruby color. Anyway, same thing. Your deeper colors show really well. And again, remember what I said about the sides. Sides of furniture are all considered B surfaces. The face of your cabinet is always considered an A, and the top is always considered an A surface, right? And that's basically the amount of imperfections that you're allowed to have. That's the clarity of your finish. So stuff that we always consider when we're doing furniture. We always grade every surface. It's really important. So I think that's all I got in the finish room for now. And we'll go to, I got final assembly for it. I got just tons of stuff in final assembly. So yeah, we'll go move this cabinet out of here. All right, coming back over here. So come back around. We'll start looking at some finished pieces. So anyway, I just showed you this. This is our Zane credenza, my #1 selling piece of furniture. This comes in 40, 60, 70, 80, 100, and now I offer it in 120 inches. So it's nice. This is our signature hardware. So we make all this stuff, which is awesome. If you're gonna get in the furniture game, if you can make your own hardware, you can make a lot more money on your furniture. Come back over here, we got another desk. Seems like the time of desks. I'm just doing tons of desks. So this is a little petite desk, really cute. I don't know who makes this one. Slay, maybe. We got a tag. There we go. Oh, this is Kindle. Okay, Kindle, awesome. I just had a run-in with Kindle. That was, yeah, hit it in the comments if you want to hear about my run-in with Kindle furniture. Anyway, so this is a nice looking piece. You know, it's got a nice, this is, I think, a peony pink color. Again, so this is our hardware. We make all this. This is all our hardware. And again, this is a great way to upcharge your customer. And it's a win-win because they get an exclusive, solid piece of brass that is very high-end, right? It's I don't know what you want to call it exactly. It's very desirable. The finish on our furniture is also very desirable. So you give these people a much higher quality pull or knob for their furniture, and coupled with the finish, and they're completely wowed, and they're willing to pay whatever it is you want, because it's so beautiful, right? And so glossy. And since we already sell a very glossy product, you start adding solid brass hardware, and it just, again, it just kind of takes it up a level. And people really like that. So it's a win-win for us and them. And yeah, it's fantastic. So this is a Ruby campaign faux bamboo style piece of furniture, just a dresser. We do a ton of these. They're very common, and people seem to really like them. But I know what we got going on here. Got a touch-up kit and some, this is the old hardware. So this is a good example of what I was just talking about. So what's gonna happen here is, whoops, pick that back up. What's gonna happen here is this old hardware is gonna go back, okay? So you can see that all the holes have been filled in. And what's gonna happen here is the client is going to select a new hardware, probably something that we sell. And we'll go ahead and we'll charge them for that, and we'll install that for them. And again, it's complete win-win, right? Because they get to take a piece of furniture that, was mass produced. There's, probably, 100,000 of these things, and they get to add their own hardware to it. We get to, take that margin as profit, and it's freaking awesome. Everybody wins. They get the super glossy piece of furniture with the very kind of high-end hardware that they want. And I mean, it's awesome. It's a good way to make money. Come back to final assembly now. We've got all kinds of stuff going on here. So, apologize, I gotta switch hands here. The old Steadicam hand gets tired. So this is a 12-door dresser. We're starting to sell lots of these. Furniture goes in spurts. I'm always telling people this. It's all cycles. Sorry, it's a little bit dark over here. So this is some kind of probably a Chantilly lace type white color. Nice looking piece of furniture. Drexel made a bunch of these. I'm not sure exactly who makes this one. But again, you can see on the side what we do with drawers. So this needs to be cleaned up with a razor blade. But you can see that we mask everything off so that the dovetails are covered. That's kind of how we do it. I'm just kind of curious if this is a Drexel. I don't see a name on it. But anyway, it's a very nice looking piece. And again, notice that there's no holes for the hardware, right? So again, what I was just telling you, the client wanted us to fill all these holes because they want to put their own hardware on it, right? And some of you are going to think, well, the client has their own hardware they're going to put on it. I'm here to tell you, no, that's not how it works. When our customers are spending, $3,000 to $5,000 for a vintage piece of furniture, they will not put their own hardware on there, right? They won't put cheap hardware on there. Generally, they're going to buy our stuff. I want to say, I bet we put, I don't know, at least half of everything I sell, we put our hardware on, right? So they're paying that, say $3,000 to $5,000 for their furniture, right? Well, then they're going to spend another $1,000 on hardware, right? Just for their piece of furniture. And not all the time, but I want to say, yeah, probably half of everything I sell uses our hardware, but the stuff that I make obviously uses all of our hardware. So that's 100%. And there's a standard hardware for everything, but the majority of people want to pick their own stuff, right? So there's an upcharge there. So it's a win-win. Some people think that that's kind of shitty thing to do, but that's how the business model works. People don't want to put, cheap stuff on their expensive painted furniture. It's like guys in cars. It's like we might want to put aftermarket rims on it. We're not going to put some cheap, eBay stuff on our, our Lambo. We're gonna buy some badass, really high quality stuff for it. So it's the same thing with the furniture side. So we got more comments coming in. Can I have $50? $50, yeah, nice spelling. I love that. No, you can't. I don't have $50. Truth is, I work all the time. This is my life. Anyway, I did a video the other day. Hell, see, so all the stuff we got to show you guys. We got a lot of furniture to look at. I was on vacation all last week. My wife likes to go on vacation. I don't, but I worked the entire time. I talked about all this kind of stuff. Just the bullshit of working, being a workaholic. Like I'm 100% a workaholic. This is all I want to do is work. So come back over here. All right, more comments coming in. Let's see here. So this is Call Me X. Since you're talking about thousands, yeah, no, it's not. Again, there's just because people pay $1,000 and you sell something for $1,000 doesn't mean you're getting rich, right? So there's a big distinction. Hold on one second, flip back around here. So the business model works. The business model of high gloss lacquered furniture in vintage and making furniture that is specifically high gloss lacquered, the business model absolutely works. The delivery process is what gets tricky, right? So delivering furniture, high gloss lacquered furniture, is very different than delivering anything else. So a lot of your cost actually gets eaten up in the shipping. So if I didn't have to deliver anything, I'd be filthy rich. But the truth is that I spend, I don't know, I probably spend, God, $200,000 to $300,000 a year shipping. Maybe no. I have to look at my QuickBooks, but it's at least $250,000. It might be closer to $400,000 because you have to have top tier shipping. You can't just let anybody walk into $1 million homes, you know, because a lot of people that do this stuff, they smell like weed, or they don't speak English, or they don't conduct themselves very well. So you can't get away with just having anybody do this work. And a lot of people say, oh no, it's not that big of a deal. Like, trust me, when something gets dinged, you have to go fix it, and you can't just touch it up, which again is something that other people would just do. I just touch it up. You can't do that. When people are spending the kind of money they spend for this stuff, you cannot do any of that. So yeah, we have the best shipping there is, and it's crazy expensive. Anyway, so this is a really nice looking buffet, and we got some nice, if you pay attention to this, you got these really nice brass accents in here. So this is some of the stuff that this is kind of where I get my inspiration for how I do my furniture. I use a lot of brass when I design stuff, and I love this kind of detail. It really is spectacular. So nice looking piece of furniture. I don't know, I have no idea who makes this one. I don't recognize it. I don't see a stamp on there. But anyway, it's a cool looking piece. Again, Chantilly lace type color. So here's, these are bread and butter cabinet. This is the Zane credenza. I sell tons of these all the time. It's my number one selling piece of furniture. I sell probably 75 of these a year, and the margin on these is fantastic because I've been doing it for so long. So I got these things down to a science, and they make me money every time. So more questions coming in. IBF, good morning. I think I remember you from the other day. Do you offer free shipping? Yes. Everything that I offer is included in one price. So there's, I don't charge for shipping at all. It's just included in everything that we sell, and it's just a part of the price, right? So if you see a dresser, a vintage dresser, we sell for, you know, say $3,500. That includes shipping to your door in your home, right? Because we don't want anyone handling our furniture. We don't want anybody to give you a bad delivery experience. And I know that everybody that sees the stream has had a shitty delivery experience, and that's how it works. So we always ship all of our own stuff. We don't let anybody touch our furniture at all, and we bring it into your home almost every time, because it's just, the rework is insane if you have to fix something. So it's not worth letting anybody get. So we don't do FedEx, we don't do LTLs, we don't do any of that shit. It's all delivered in by hand, delivered by couriers that are on our staff. And again, that's what I was talking about before. The hardest thing about this business model is the delivery side. So when I can come up with a more durable finish that I can paint at scale, then that's the first thing I'll do is get rid of my delivery expense. But I can't do anything about it right now. So anyway, that's how the business model works. Everything has free shipping. Okay, so yeah, so the bread and butter cabinet, blacks always look amazing, especially coupled with your brass hardware. And again, you can see, I'm sorry about the light, guys, but the clarity in blacks is always really good. And I don't even know what the hell the inside of this thing looks like. But yeah, so this thing's gonna set here, and it's just basically just gonna cure for, I don't know, a good week, because lacquers dry almost instantaneously, but they don't cure. It takes about a week to cure that stuff. And I showed you guys this. This has been the last couple streams. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this thing, why it won't get out of here, but it clearly a problem. Let's see here. More of this stuff. Again, I told you guys the serpentine is kind of the hot thing right now. So even on the tall boys, you notice it's got the serpentine shape, and it's real popular. So people are into this stuff right now. Beautiful details. And this is kind of how vintage furniture works. It's just everything goes in cycles. Faux bamboo. Again, the Resplendent Crow is founded on faux bamboo furniture. We sell tons of it, and there's a lot of people trying to sell this stuff right now. And I say good luck. Good luck to you guys. Because yeah, we've been doing this for a long time. We're really good at it. We have a lot of great contacts. And that's one of the reasons that we can sell so much faux bamboo furniture is we just have just a crap ton of pickers and people that are in this industry, and they give us great deals on furniture. So more comments coming in. Let's see here. Do you plan to learn to spray gloss yourself? No, I don't. And I've gotten, you know how many fights I've gotten with my wife about painting. So the truth is that you have to learn to say no, right? So I'm the only person today making furniture, right? And if I'm gonna make, I don't know, 6 or 7 pieces a month, I have to keep cabinet makers coming in. I got to keep showing people how to do stuff because everyone thinks that, oh, just hire someone to do it. There are no furniture makers. They're very hard to find. And the people that have furniture makers on staff, don't let them go. They pay them whatever they want. And the people that think they're furniture makers and are really good at it, truth is they're not that good at it, which is why they get passed around. The people that are really good at it, they never go anywhere. So finding furniture makers is very difficult. So I spend most of my time making furniture, right? And working on programs and designs to make the making of furniture easier so that I can hire assemblers, unfortunately, to help me make furniture. So I don't have time to learn to paint. And again, I don't want to learn to paint at all. I'm tired of having to learn things. I've got the business side that I've had to learn, and I've learned to make hardware. I've learned to do, infinite other things. I'm not learning paint. I don't know if that comes clear on the stream, but yeah, paint, I have an amazing painter. I've got a backup painter. I have no cabinet makers, no furniture makers. I literally just fired my furniture maker yesterday, got rid of him because he couldn't hack it, right? He's not what I thought he was, and that's just kind of how it goes. So anyway, more furniture. Again, guys, hit the like button, help to add to the discussion. I appreciate everyone added to the discussion. Josh, I thank you. Not going to learn to paint. Are you a painter? And again, tell me where everyone's at. I'm curious where people are at. Super important to learn this stuff. So anyway, this is Athens nightstands. I showed you guys in a couple of other streams the raw state of these. This is the finished product. So this is some kind of almost a limey type color. So it's a good color. But the truth is I can't get people to make this kind of stuff. And if this was something that I could cut out on a CNC router, I would, but I can't do it, and I'm not interested in doing it. So again, nice cherry drawer boxes. Everything's on soft close slides. We make our own hardware. So this is all our hardware, right? So we got these nice pulls here, and these are, of course, brass knobs. See all the nice shiny. People love that stuff. But yeah, it's just too hard to teach people how to do this stuff. So I'm working on getting better at doing that. So yeah, no painting for me. But the level of detail, maybe this would be another good discussion to have for people. So let's just look at these. So what we have going on here is you'll notice, let's find some mistakes. Let's look for errors and things that people never point out, okay? See that gap? That's a gap there. Technically speaking, that should be filled, but it's not, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with having that, okay? So that's an error in the finish process. Guys didn't catch that. Also, see that gap? Technically, that shouldn't be there, right? So there's things about this piece of furniture that are not perfect, and that is 100% okay when you're selling expensive handmade products. It's like the panel gaps on a Ferrari. Generally, they're not that great. Even though those cars are made by hand, they're super expensive. People just accept this stuff. So we get away with a few things when it comes to making furniture by hand. But what I want to show you guys, so pay attention to this. So you have layering, okay? And this is something that if you're designing furniture, a lot of people miss this stuff. Okay, so what you have here is, we're going to come up here. Oops, sorry guys. Okay, so we start out here, right? Then we step in 3/8 of an inch to our cove. Then we step in. The cove itself is about 3/4 of an inch thick. We have an 1/8 inch detail down to our trim, right? Then we have a bead here, right? Steps, and then go all the way in. We have an inset drawer front, right? So the front sets back about 1/2 inch from the face of our leg. Again, more detailing on the leg. Move your way all the way down to the foot. Sorry, my camera just keeps doing this to me. There's just an insane amount of layering, and this is what our customers are paying for, right? They want something that's very unique that nobody else is going to make or provide. They want to know that they're buying something. They want to know they're buying something that they can't get anywhere else, right? So, sales tip for everyone, and then I'll show you guys. I just showed you the Greek key, highly detailed, handmade piece of furniture. I'm going to show you the CNC cut piece of furniture, and there's a market for that too. People want that stuff. But I'd be a furniture maker in Phoenix. Great, that's amazing. I've had a couple of people from Arizona. So yeah, I remember, I think you told me this last time. Yeah, I've never actually been to Arizona. It's one of the few places in America I've never been to. I need to go to Scottsdale. Anyway, yeah, finding furniture makers is very difficult. And when you do find them, you got to hang on to them, because the people that consider themselves to be furniture makers today are actually assemblers. And I made this mistake. I just hired a guy who, again, my test for how I hire people is I literally just, when you walk in, I say, hey, look, build me a drawer box. Build me a drawer box. We're going to interview, we're going to talk and all those kind of things. You can't build a drawer box on the spot. I'm not interested, okay? So when I hire a guy, builds a drawer box, does a great job. When it comes to making furniture, zero ability to think for himself, right? It's all about give me the parts and I'll assemble, right? And give me the parts and I'll assemble. And that is not a furniture maker. And unfortunately, that's not what I want to do with my company. I don't want to hire people to just put shit together that comes off a CNC router. It's no way to make money, and it diminishes our brand, right? The Resplendent Crow is known for high gloss, beautiful colored furniture, and handmade everything. We handmake all of our stuff, and we don't want to tarnish that brand, okay? So yeah, hiring cabinet makers is one thing. Hiring furniture makers is just, it's far and away the hardest thing I've ever done. It's very difficult. So, all right, back to what I was gonna show you guys. So I showed you, flip back around. Gosh dang it. Again, guys, hit the like, add to the comments. I really do appreciate it. It just helps. It helps with the stream, okay? So we talked about the Athens Greek nightstand. So this, I've shown you guys before on my stream, is our CNC cut cabinet. This is 100% cut on a CNC router. And there's a market for this. And we are gonna expand who we sell to. And I haven't pushed it very much. We just got it listed. But what it has is it has the Resplendent Crow finish, which is ruby in this case. And people really love that finish, right? And it has our hardware, right? So each one of these pieces, I want to say is, I don't know, probably $80 or $90 for each one of these. And anyway, when you open up the cabinet, you'll notice that it's the same stuff that you would see on a vanity or a kitchen cabinet, right? So it looks like some kind of mass manufactured kind of good. And there's no way to get around that when you see maple. When you see maple, it immediately says to me kitchen cabinet or vanity. And then when you see this capped, this is that UV coated 1/2 inch material, it's very common and everybody uses it today.